All right, I picked the movie this week.
What are we watching, Seamus?
It's got Ben Affleck,
Nice.
Sam Rockwell,
Great stuff.
French Stewart.
Old Squinty.
Yeah, old Squinty. And then Alyssa Milano, Matthew McConaughey, Matt Damon shows up for a bit.
Matt Damon was in
Matt
it?
Damon's in it, buddy. Just a little
Who's
bit.
Matt Damon?
Didn't even speak. He's the pud whacker.
Oh!
The guy, his former roommate that just jerks off all the time. Can't invite the pud whacker to a party.
No.
He's going to beat his meat. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the movie is Glory Days.
1995.
95. So like when I was watching this, I was like, fuck, like I wonder who the biggest star at the time is in this movie.
Yeah.
Because I really thought Third Rock from the Sun and French Stewart, that show had been out.
Yeah.
No. Came out in 96.
Yeah, right after.
Right after. So the biggest star in this movie at the time is Alyssa Milano.
She's barely in it.
And barely in it.
5 minutes of screen time.
Yeah. Yeah. Not 10. Not 10. No, I say over 5. But yeah.
And this is one of those movies that Seamus is like, I want to watch Glory Days. Oh, Days is also spelled D-A-Z.
Yeah, man.
And he's like, oh, it's a college movie. I was so into this movie as a kid. Like, I love it. I'm like, I've never even heard of it. Sure, let's watch it. I don't know how much more you have to say because I have a big point to make here.
Well, why don't you hold on to that?
Okay.
Why don't you hold on to it? Because
It rocks our friendship.
Just hold on. Let's get just a brief.
Sure.
About these guys that live in a college party house in Santa Cruz.
Yep.
And they're all really good friends, it seems.
Yeah, it picks up. And it's just about graduation.
Yeah.
They're a week away from graduation, so everybody already has their thing. Like, there's the drunk guy.
Yeah. Well, the drunk guy's staying for another year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He's already
dropped out, I guess.
They've shown him his transformation from, like, when he came, he was...
Nerdy kid.
His name was Vien Hong. He plays Slosh.
Slosh.
So he's already got a great college nickname.
Yeah.
And, he's gone from this, like, mild-mannered Asian kid, all about studying, to he's a party animal. Yeah, loves getting drunk.
So after 4 years or whatever, yeah.
And I like how they already have the tropes kind of set.
Yeah.
And you follow them as like they're figuring out what's next.
Yeah. Sam Rockwell's kind of like gonna be leaving with his college sweetie.
He's like got his life figured out. He's like, okay, I guess I'm getting married and having this kids thing.
Yeah,
Ugh.
Ben Affleck, his main character, doesn't really know what he's doing with life. His longtime girlfriend split up with them. He might stay another year. He might not.
He doesn't want to leave college.
His parents hate him.
He's like, this is the best time of my life.
Yeah, his bad relationship with his parents.
Great friends.
Yeah. French Stewart is going to be going on to get his, master's or thesis,
right? Like photography or something like that. And he's the old guy in the house. He's been there already for 10 years.
He's got a couple degrees already.
Yeah.
So, and then there's Mickey, the Black Ziggy.
The Black Ziggy, who apparently gets tons of chicks.
No, he just doesn't understand that chicks like him.
He bangs tons of chicks in it. Oh, at least it's stated that he gets a lot of ass.
Yeah, but he doesn't I don't know.
That's why they like him so much, because he's not really trying to get women.
Exactly.
He's not a creepo.
Yeah. And he's just he writes like a local cartoon that's really popular.
Yeah, and he's like doing autographs through the whole thing.
Yeah. So that's our cast of characters.
Yeah, and when I read the synopsis and when I noticed it was Daze spelled D-A-Z-E,
yeah.
I was like, oh, it's gonna be a party, comedy, hilarious movie. It's got funny bits for sure, but it's definitely a lot more serious and sad at times, because I remember my first year of college. Yeah. And I went for 3 years, but the first year was a big deal for me. I've lived, and even still now, to some degree, fairly sheltered. I don't travel so much. Right. I didn't really go out to bars and go crazy, that kind of thing. And I do get... I'm not an anxious guy, but I can be sometimes, especially in big social situations, like big, huge parties. Right. So that first year of college really kind of brought me, I wasn't really in a shell, so to speak, but it kind of brought me out of a little shell. A bit. Totally. All of a sudden, I'm thrown out of my parents' home into this crazy it was almost like camp.
Definitely like camp. For sure it was.
And it was just everyone's partying and drinking and puking and smoking and going nuts. And that first year, I applied so late in school, I didn't get to fill out a survey to see who I would get paired up with in res. Like, was I a smoker? Was I a partier? Was I quiet? Did I like loud music? I didn't fill out shit. So you're in this house, have fun.
Yeah, figure it out. Hope it goes well.
And some of those guys that lived in the house are still best friends to this day.
Absolutely.
So at the end of first year, I didn't want to leave.
Right.
I was like, this has been the most. I'm gonna start crying. This has been the best time of my life. Like I met all. Like you and I became so close.
Yeah.
Like we knew each other.
Yeah,
like,
but we were acquaintances.
all of a sudden, after just a couple months, I'm like, holy shit, this fucking Seamus guy and I are pretty goddamn tight.
Seeing each other every single day too. Yeah.
And it was just so intense, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to go back to my parents' house and live the same way. I'm like, no, this is my way now.
Yeah.
I want to be with these people forever.
Don't go.
I don't want to leave school. I don't want to graduate. I want to stay here for as long as I can because there's no way things could get better than this.
Yeah.
And in a lot of ways, they haven't.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's all a carefreeness, right? The college
no
brings
worries.
you.
Nobody was fucking strung out on drugs that were too serious.
Yeah.
You know, nobody was fucking dying.
Yeah.
No family issues, no bills other than, college bills.
Yeah. Easy.
Figuring out where I'm getting my weed from
Yeah.
that week. So I really related to the characters.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Like that sadness about moving on and what's next.
Yeah, and that's kind of the crux of the movie is not knowing what to do and
exactly
not really figuring it out.
And maybe that's okay.
And maybe you are making the wrong decisions, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
Like maybe the Sam Rockwell's character, he's gonna go and live with that girl, and it's gonna fall apart. Probably will, because she's kind of a bitch.
She's kind of a lot of a bitch.
So they're also in a band.
Yeah.
That plays like occasionally, right?
One time.
They said in the 4 years they lived together, they played like 5 or 6 times.
And they're just shows at their own house.
And so he's up there singing, being fucking pretty good. And crowd's into it. And then first time she's ever seen him play, she just makes these little snide comments like, "Ooh, you think you're so rock star?"
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, that was so funny when you were up there. You're such a
goofball." Think this is funny?
I'm a goofball. I was being serious.
Yeah.
And then he finally meets her mom.
Yeah.
And her mom's hilarious. They're like listening to rap on the way back. She's got this really weird.
You know who that is? Did you not notice that mother?
I did. I don't think I wrote it down.
Oh, yeah. In a movie we reviewed before. Rock and Roll High School, Mrs. Togar.
I was Miss Ten. You know I'm a Togar man.
You're a Togar man.
So yeah, that was kind of a fun thing. And French Stewart's doing his squinty thing, and
yeah, he's got a look, eh?
Yeah, he's not super squinty in this movie.
No, he gained
kind
that.
of, but then he squinted up like 30% for Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah, whatever happened to him, eh?
I don't know, but it's so funny because he's like the sage of the house. You know? He's the wise older guy.
Yeah.
So he's talking to these young kids. It's their first year. And they're asking him about Slosh. Like, is Slosh really that
he's
crazy?
The coolest dude.
Yeah, is he really like a psycho?
Yeah.
He's like, I'll tell you how much of a psycho he is. And he starts going on about how awesome Slosh is, how he's this big party animal. And he's like, so that's how crazy Slosh is. Now get the hell out of here. You're bothering me.
Get out of here.
So I kind of like this character. Pretty fun.
Written and directed by Rich Wilkes.
Did one of the all-time best comedy films.
He did. So let's work back. He just recently did The Dirt, the Motley Crue movie.
Oh.
He wrote Triple X
series.
Airheads.
Great movie.
And then
great movie. The best one of all.
Jerky Boys.
Oh, yes. I'm due for a watch too. Every time I start thinking about Jerky Boys and I start doing the bits to people, I'm like, oh, I'm due.
You're due, eh?
I'm due.
Yeah. Jerky Boy. I didn't even know that. I never knew that until like
he was like one
couple
of the
weeks
guys
ago
on it anyways, because like the two Jerky Boys obviously wrote some of the stuff.
Right. But I think he wrote like the actual screenplay.
Yeah, he wrote like
putting it together.
For sure.
Yeah.
Make sure it's a coherent movie.
I like that all the characters are kind of similar, but they're all got their own thing going on.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah, they're all like really close, but they have their own avenues that they want to explore. Also, at the end of the movie, I want to get this out there because we've been watching a lot of films with sick cars recently. And
I wondered if you knew what this what thing was.
That Jack was driving, Ben Affleck's character. It's a Chevy Blazer.
It's big.
Yeah, it's a K10 Blazer.
It's like a double wide.
Yeah, that's when they could actually, much like the Bronco of that era, take the roof off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sick ass.
Looked pretty sick.
Sick ass Blazer.
Yeah.
So I was pretty pumped to see that.
When you were watching this movie, were you trying to like compare these characters to people we went to college with?
That brings me to my main point.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
let's hear it.
It was almost hard to watch this movie and focus on some of the other things.
Yeah.
Because this main issue was just pulsating in my brain.
Yeah.
The entire fucking movie to do with you. Now how old were you when you watched? Like what? 12, 13?
I remember exactly when I first saw this movie.
Yep.
So I was in grade 9. We were at a basketball tournament in Toronto, staying with my aunt. and they went out for dinner, and we went to go rent a movie.
Yeah.
Rented this movie, and the next day I bought the soundtrack, and it's the first time I got into punk rock was because of this movie.
Okay, that all tracks really well. Because I'm quite fucking certain after watching this movie,
Yeah.
you are Jack. Yes. Yes, Seamus. You are Jack.
We do have similar facial hair.
You have turned your persona from the sweatpants Velcro wearing loser. You're like, well, that guy's got something. I'll just do that. That's you. No, you're totally Jack.
Totally not.
No, everything.
What?
Everything.
No.
A little bit of facial hair.
Okay.
Sure.
Looks. I'll concede.
Yep. You took his look.
Yeah.
Okay?
Concede to that.
His music taste.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And which is a CD, which you just said. He also does that quote that you quote all the time.
Yeah, but I took that from this movie.
I know you did. Like you took Jack's persona. And like, oh, what else? Just his attitude about a lot of things.
No, he's way more of a jerk to some people than me.
He's turned out. You've backed it off 10% from him.
I don't know.
But you have.
I wouldn't at the beginning break the pencil and throw it at the guy.
No, but I bet you would have made a snide ass remark to him.
Yes, that's true. That's
100%. There's so many, and even my wife was watching this. She's like, "That's Seamus." I totally 100%. There's no movie I've ever seen in my life where I could say, "Oh, I know that guy." Okay? So there's Jack, and you are 75% Jack. And that's
so funny. So like, after the name of each character, I wrote down kind of their trope.
Yeah.
Right. So Mickey, Black Ziggy. Dennis is the pro student.
Yeah.
Like, just keep going. Slosh is the party animal.
Yep.
Rob is the realistic one, kind of
Yep.
seeing beyond college a bit. And all I wrote for Jack was cool dude.
Yup. Of course you think he's a cool dude.
I haven't thought about it.
It was hard to focus on a lot of other things because every time Jack came on screen, I was like, "That's a Seamus thing. That's how Seamus would do that." Yeah, Seamus would probably say something along those lines. How he even he gets super emotional about certain things. Like all of a sudden he's fine, and then he's super emotional one way, either angry or really sad about something.
I don't know if I have that.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know.
Like I said, he is a movie character that's maxed out. So you're not maxed out.
I don't think I would have taken the girl away from the party and had this whole speech thing. I wouldn't have done that.
Maybe not word for word and action for action, but I bet you would have done something similar. You might have pulled her aside still at the party and unloaded on her and maybe told her to go fuck herself over the phone like he did too.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Angry.
No, I would never tell a woman to go fuck themselves.
But
I definitely would make a porno with those.
Yes, you would.
And definitely watch it after we break up.
You played in a band?
I did.
There's another similarity.
He's a drummer, though.
Yeah, I know.
So
he still played in the band. So one thing that I wanted to ask you about, because you're so much like this character.
Yeah.
Even his parents. Now, they're similar, but much different from your folks. His parents are conservative. I would probably describe your parents as somewhat conservative.
Yeah.
But they're really pushing him to fucking get over this broad and figure your shit out. It's time to grow up.
And they didn't.
Were they ever like that to you?
No.
Like his parents are a movie portrayal of parents.
No, but I mean that negativity of you're never gonna make it kind of thing. Not to that extent, but yeah, that's prevalent. Mm-hmm. My mom literally told me last week that there was no point in applying for this one job because I won't get it. Felt just lovely.
Terrible about yourself? That's awful.
That was good.
Jack's parents do that to him.
Yeah, they're real dicks.
Yep.
Yeah. They would have let me go into anything in college and they never gave me a hard time for pursuing music in college my first go.
Yeah,
so
of course.
They didn't do that.
No, your parents are supporting. They're great fucking people. I love them.
Yeah, whereas his parents are
dickholes.
Fuck you. You should have, you had your fun at art. Now let's do something real.
Yeah, what can you do with that art?
Yeah.
How much can you make out? It's just, I just made it. It's just art. Don't be a dick.
I would be a dick to that teacher like Jack, too. That tells him his artwork's shit.
Of course you would.
Maybe I have to rewatch this movie.
You might.
Oh, man.
Did Heather watch it with you at all?
She was in and out.
Yeah.
I'll ask her.
My wife noticed it even almost before I did.
I think Heather more noticed the terrible haircut and facial hair of Ben Affleck. Yeah.
His hair's not as good as yours.
No.
But it's all black.
It's all black. You got a goatee.
Now he does have a mustache, which you don't have.
I have. But if I do grow a mustache, it looks like that. I did know that.
You modeled your persona after this movie character.
Jesus Christ.
Oh shit! I think everybody should watch it if you know Seamus, and just unless I'm crazy, but I'm pretty sure you said, "Oh, I like this guy's thing. I'll do that and be cool."
I don't think I did it like consciously, subconsciously.
But I remember when you picked this movie, like I was really into this movie when I was like 13, 14 years old. I was like, "Oh yeah, well, I guess you were into it."
Huh. Well then, podcast over. I have a lot to think about.
So when you said like, is there anybody in the movie that reminds you of somebody? Yes, dearly. Nobody else really, because I was just so taken away. But did you have anybody in there that reminded you of somebody you knew?
Parts of Rob reminded me of you.
Yeah.
Just being the realistic one, wanting to fall in love quickly and do that, and be like, okay, I'm almost done college. What am I gonna do a year from now? Okay, and figure that shit out. That's kind of your thing. Our party animals, Jason could tell us.
For sure.
Not like this.
Yeah.
Because Slosh is a brilliant man.
Yeah, he's actually a genius.
Not Catullus as much.
He has his moments. With what he does, he's a genius.
Yeah.
You know? But he probably couldn't make a video game.
No. He's a mix, too, of, like, Black Ziggy. Like,
totally.
Because he's haplessly falling into vagina all the time.
Haplessly. He's actually like Adam Sandler's character from Airheads. He just plays this goofy, dopey kind of guy, and fucking girls love it. I don't know what it is. I was like, who's the guy that didn't get any action? I was that guy in the movie. But Slosh, we actually had a Slosh in first year. Remember that Boozer kid?
Holy shit.
Yeah, right?
Yes, yeah.
There was a kid named Boozer. I don't know what his real name was. It might have been Ed?
No, I don't know. Sure.
Chad.
I barely knew the guy. I know who you mean, but I don't think I ever talked to him.
I think every college has that one guy that does something ridiculous his first couple of days and gets a permanent nickname for the rest of his education career.
Too, yeah.
It's a hard line.
What was the craziest college party that you kind of saw or went to?
Most of them were pretty wild, to be honest. Like the first year.
Do you think they're wild? Like,
I don't know. Not wild. Like people get into crazy fights and stuff.
Yeah.
There was a couple. There was the one keg party we went to, but I think it was second year. Remember where you and I were wrestling?
Oh yeah.
And we were like,
but that was us being crazy.
Yeah, I know.
And every one of the other party members looking at us like we're crazy.
We were. It was a fucking party.
We were just like, let's turn this party up. Yeah. And we just started doing wrestling moves to each other.
Doing sick ass
which was fine until I almost died.
Almost. You were fine.
If your arms weren't as big as they are, probably would have died. Or got very hurt.
Oh, definitely.
Joe, give me a suplex. So Joe brought me up, but couldn't really go all the way back.
No, I kind of pile drove.
And then he was more like a brain buster.
That's it.
Yeah.
So on a tile floor.
Yeah. So then it was like Joe's arm hit, and then my head got cushioned a bit by your arm. Then
you're fine.
Then it hit the floor.
You're fine.
I was fine, but
we were getting drunk. So
that was
drunk. That helps. That helps for sure. The other one
in my head though, that party they only had like 10 people.
Yeah, maybe I'm remembering it wrong. It was definitely
we were off. We all kind of just got off the rails a bit.
A little bit
together. Yeah.
There was another party that we had in first year in our house where we had a DJ.
Yeah.
Come inside. That was first of all, I thought that was awesome. Dude, we're getting a DJ.
Yeah. It sounded like I just remember showing up to that party and no one's there. And there's a DJ there.
Whatever.
No, because everyone was in your room smoking weed.
That's right.
So I was like, where the fuck is everybody? Why's there a DJ here? Like, what's going on?
Spinning tunes, bro.
Spinning tunes and no one's there. He's just like...
No, it definitely ramped up as the evening went along. And all of a sudden, at one point, our house was full of people. Yeah. I don't know. Thank God our rooms could lock because I just kept mine locked with a deadbolt. But I remember I walked into one of my roommates' rooms to say, "Hey, buddy, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
And I go in there. There's a bunch of fucking strangers, and they're doing coke off of his
cool
desk. And they're like, "Hey, man, you want a bum?" Like, no, I'm good. You guys are in here having a fun time by yourselves. I can go back to the party.
They're doing coke. You don't want to do that out and about. You want to keep that in a room somewhere.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Partying. Those are probably the two. There was also that New Year's party you and I went to. Where we definitely did not fit into the crew.
No, that wasn't crazy. That was just more like...
A lot of people.
I'm glad you're here, Joe. I love you. And like...
I could take...
We're trying to hit on the same girl.
Yeah.
Both failing miserably. Then walking home and thinking that guy coming towards us was going to fight us.
And then you just ran past us because he thought
we thought we were someone different. Yeah.
And then that's when we found Ashley passed out on the floor in front of our apartment.
And that New Year's after that got way better.
Yeah, we started partying, drinking.
She had won a big bottle of fucking Fireball. We started drinking that.
I threw up a whole bunch.
Probably.
Yeah.
Did you ever come to our, like, it was like in September of first year. My one roommate, it was his birthday.
Yep.
And we gave him a bunch of stuff to like destroy and break. Like we went to like the Restore and bought like computers that didn't work and like television that doesn't work. So we just like, so he could like destroy it all.
Yeah.
So he got up on the roof and started like fucking smashing stuff off the roof and stuff. Yeah, you didn't go to that one?
I don't think so. It doesn't ring a bell.
That was a fun one.
I remember you talking about it, but I don't think I was there. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I was there. It was awesome.
Sweet. The craziest college party I ever went to was in London when I went to school there.
Yeah.
I lived in like student housing that was like a U shape. So kind of towards like the center of that U was where I lived.
Yeah.
A bunch of fucking idiots. But anyways. So my buddy at the time, Sean Sander, was up. Mm-hmm. We went out, had some drinks, had some food, came back, and like our house was having a party, and then like the two others on either side of us were also having parties. So it was like 5 houses having parties, and it all just kind of merged into one in the parking lot.
It happens.
So we get there, we're like, what the fuck's going on? And they were doing what I like to call foxy boxing.
Ooh.
So young ladies with big boxing gloves on, just beating the piss out of each other. It's like, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah. Let's watch.
So then, so it's fun, but then there's like a couple hundred people at this thing.
Yeah.
It's getting out of control a bit. People are getting drunk, right? Bottles are smashing, whatever. So the cops show up, obviously. Someone decides to start throwing bottles at the police officers.
Slippery slope.
So they leave.
Yeah.
Come back with the SWAT.
Yeah.
This is also in between that time, a guy had lit a tree on fire. So, yeah, he lit a tree on fire, like it went up, and then he just in front of it with like the metal sign up on both hands and said, Slayer!
Nice.
Sweet. Then the SWAT comes, start like bean-zooking kids.
Oh, awesome.
Tear gas. So I'm inside this point, and like it was a 3-story house. So like the top floor, we were in that girl's room, like just watching everything in full, and she had a video camera.
Yeah.
I was like taping the whole thing because it's like, I don't know, this is before cell phones and shit, right?
So like cell phones with like cameras on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the SWAT were being, they were definitely just like roughing up anyone who's in their way.
For sure.
Like they weren't just like, oh, that guy threw something, let's get him. They were like, if you were in the way, you're probably getting the billy club a bit. Like they were fucking kids up.
I love that.
So we were videotaping it.
Yeah.
Well, the one SWAT guy saw that we were videotaping it.
Uh-oh.
And kicked in our front door.
Oh shit.
And
came upstairs
to grab it, which we hid the camera and so we slid it off. But yeah, no warrant. No.
I think once it gets to that point, they don't need warrants.
Nothing in our house was we were doing wrong. Yeah. Also, we would have opened the door for the guy.
Fucking knock, you psycho. Who's replacing this door? It's winter. No.
And that got us evicted.
Really?
Yeah. So we had 3 months to like vacate. Thankfully, we were all leaving in 2 months.
Yeah.
But so it was a 12-month lease. We got evicted, and then didn't have to pay for this whole summer months.
Sweet.
It was sweet.
It worked out for you guys.
Totally. It's like, fuck, you guys should get evicted from all my places. So that was the craziest one. It was off. It's too far.
Parties are weird like that. Like when you get a party that gets to that point, like it turns into this weird living organism almost, right? Where it just breeds and multiplies. And
you get that at the campus bar in Canadore. You got that,
yeah.
right?
And then if it doesn't contain or someone gets out of control, it just spurs it on, and then it's like adding oxygen to a flame. It just grows, and then everybody's one up. Well, he threw a bottle, I'll fucking throw a chair. He threw a chair. Watch me what I do to this table through this window.
Mentality, right?
Totally, and it's weird to be a part of, because I've been a part of big parties in college and that too, where you watch the progression. It fucking all of a sudden there's cops there, and an ambulance has to pick up a kid whose part of his skull's caved in for some reason because he tried to do a swan dive off a roof. And yeah, man, college parties are dope. But they get crazy. And with the cops, one thing, because they have to, the cops come to shut down one of their parties. I love talking to cops. Especially like back then in like my partying days. Whenever the journalism kids or the TV kids were having a party. So we were at their townhouse and going crazy. And they lived in the community. It wasn't on campus.
Yeah.
And it got a little loud, and sure enough, the cops get called.
Oh, fuck, when was this? Which one was this?
I don't think you were there. I was just there because I was dating Alicia.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So it was at her place, right? So
all the TV students.
Yeah.
Not the journalism
No,
students.
yeah, the TV students.
Oh, those dicks.
They're all right. A couple of them.
Nah, they're fine.
And anyways, so the cops show up, and you see, it's at night, so you see the sirens, right? Or the flashing lights, and the girls in the house, and the guys are like, holy shit, the cops here, what do we do? I'm like, don't worry, guys, I got this.
This is where Joe shines.
I love it. I don't know why, but I go down and talk to the cops. I'm like, hi, guys, how's it going? And they're like, oh, are you on the lease? Are you is this your house? I'm like, wow, it's my girlfriend here. I sleep here most nights. What's up?
What's going on, buds?
And they're like, hey, you guys are being way too loud. We've got calls. I'm like, you know what, guys? I understand, and I do apologize. We've just finished off this big exam, and we're kind of letting loose, but it's getting a little crazy. People are starting to leave already. We're going to get this shut down for you. So it was all cool. They're like, all right, perfect. Yeah, like, let's get it shut down. And
that sounds awful. You were the guy who had to shut down the party? Terrible.
Hey. People were like almost crying that the cops are there. I don't get it.
God.
I know.
Who cares? Yeah, of course, you're loud. Like,
yeah, we got to quiet the fuck down.
Yeah.
Turn around and be, shut the fuck up. It's nuts. But anyways.
Holy shit.
Even like when you guys were playing... when you had a band.
Yeah, I played in our alley.
Yeah, and then the cops came. I was like, I got this.
Yeah. Oh, we did say you were the manager that night.
Yeah, so I said that. They're like, I'm like, hey, can I help you guys? They're like, who are you? I'm like, I'm the band manager. They're like, they can't play. I'm like, well, it's private property. They applied for a permit. You denied them, so they're playing on private property, and it's not 11 p.m. yet.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we're getting the cops. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the fucking BIA.
Those biatches.
Yeah. That was fun.
What does it stand for, BIA? Bitches in arms.
Bitches and ass.
That would be like an N, though. Bitches and ass.
I know, right.
Right. So, yeah, Glory Daze.
Well, overall, you like it?
I did. I enjoyed it.
I think it's a good movie, eh? Like, it's not.
I was surprised. I thought it was a party college movie. And yes, there is that.
And definitely, like, the cover and the quotes on the back definitely leads you to believe that.
Totally. And then you see this Ben Affleck character, Seamus, Jack. He's got obviously some anger and rage issues.
See, I don't have that.
You have your moments.
I don't have rage or anger issues.
No, like I do, but you have your moments.
Name one time.
It's an emotional thing.
Name an example.
We don't need to get into it. We've already gone into it.
I don't have anger issues.
Anyways. So
you can't even name it.
Jack's trying to figure what do I do next, and he's pissed off because this beautiful girl that he couldn't be more in love with has left him for just some dude. So he finally like mans up, and he's like, I'm gonna just bare my total feelings to her. I'm gonna hold nothing back. I'm not gonna yell at her or be an asshole. I'm just gonna tell her how much I'm in love. It doesn't work.
No.
She's like, I'm not into you anymore. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's nothing I do. It's not my responsibility to be with you and keep you from doing anything weird or moving on. Yeah. Move on. I've moved on. And she leaves. And he's like, the fuck do I do now?
And then my favorite part is those two dudes that are above this, like, they're on, like, the road. I've overheard this whole thing. They're like, ooh, poet love, you fucking pussy.
Yeah, there's those, like, little funny bits, right? And then towards the end of the movie, as Jack's finally realizing, guys, we're not going to stay another year. We got to move on. He's driving away in a sick-ass Blazer, and he sees his ex-girlfriend's boyfriend's car. And he gets out, and he's going to smash it with a baseball bat. Because that's what the old Jack would do. He's like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm moving on. Puts the bat back down. Goes up to the window where he sees his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend. And he writes something on the...
You're right. You don't know what do you mean he writes something?
It's thanks for the memories.
No, angst.
That's
angst for the memories. And then drives away.
There you go.
And there you go.
Gives her like a little wave and he moves on.
They destroy the house too.
Oh yeah! I forgot about the house.
Preservation through destruction. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, fuck, if we can't, this is not our house anymore.
Yeah,
tear it down. And they fuck it up.
That's a good movie, man. Like
I liked it.
No one knows, like...
I've never heard of it.
Randomly rented it.
The name sounded vaguely familiar when you said we're watching Glory Daze. I'm like, okay.
No.
I think I've maybe seen it.
I love this movie. It got me into punk rock, like, full blown.
Figured gave you a different personality and way to live. So that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I hope that I can let you watch a movie one day. We're like, oh, that's what you base Joe on. But I think I've just been more or less the same, just getting older my whole life.
Huh. Well, got a lot to think about now, Joe.
Yeah,
so.
it's a good movie. Like
Yeah.
I was actually not tearing up, but I related to like the issues. And usually for most movies I watch, I don't relate necessarily to a lot of stuff going on.
If you go to college and make good friends, you're going to relate to this movie. So hopefully that's a lot of people.
I hope so, because I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, you go to get an education. I'm like, yeah, that's important, but it's also about the connections you make.
Of course.
And for me, that was more, because the connections I made in school, even though I don't do what I went to school for, the connections I made are still a huge part of my life.
You, Catellis, and Ashley as lifelong friends. You know what I mean?
That's pretty important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I went to school for 2 years in London, Ontario before going to Canadore in North Bay. And I don't have a single person.
You didn't make any of those connections?
Nope, not one. That's probably why I dropped out.
Yeah.
Or flunked out, whatever. I dropped out before I could get flunked out.
Tomato, same thing.
Also smoked a lot of crack there, so that probably didn't help things.
That should be another topic for a different time. Jack never smoked crack. I don't know where you got that one from.
Yeah. See? I'm different.
Sweet. Glory Daze.